Hey, what's good? Welcome to part 2 of my Alfa Romeo inspired Bolide. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at how the model came to be, partway from the sketches and partway improvised. I didn't record 100% of the process, so you'll be seeing about 14 hours condensed into right about 3. I'm well aware this is still longer than most movies, so chapters in the description for your convenience. Other than that, sit back, relax, call in sick for the day, call your mom, tell her you've eaten, and I'll see you later. It is now day 3 of the Alfa Romeo Bolide project. Is the 6th of October, and today I'm going to try and get as far as I can in modeling the actual body of the car. I need to get my sketches, I think. Yeah. And I'm just going to follow those and try and get as close as I can with the first iteration or the VIP00 version of the Bolide. The reason I name my cars / models like this is because I'm probably not gonna go through 99 iterations, but having that 01, 02, 04, 09, 12, 25, whatever, just makes it puts it in order in my folder so I can find shit easier. Let's go ahead and Control S cursor to center and focus on, nope, not that. That doesn't work either. Okay, never mind. Shift A, mesh point in the center. I usually start modeling from a point. Oh, this is more of a tutorial-ish. Not a real tutorial, just how I do things. And then I go to mirror. I spent a lot of time looking for the mirror modifier when I didn't know what mirrors were, and I was using this thing right here down in the object mirror transform shit. Not how you do that, you just have the modifier. I was trying for a long time just modeling manually, vertice by vertice, not how you do things. I'm gonna try and get a top down first, so that is 7 on the numpad 7 and 5. And I will just drag it out to what I think looks right, something like that, and we can go into front view. Oh boy, now we have to get the sketches for the front of the car, which are right here. I don't actually know how I'm going to do this yet with the whole headlight situation. That's kind of funky. Also might be for the best if I just put it here for now. That's Control R, and then we can I genuinely do not know where to start. Oh god. Let's try and make the front grille something like that. Down, 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 down. Alright, it's not gonna show that, is it? I have to make a face, and then we can resize it to what we want. And how do you know this is centered? I'm going to go with subdivision subdivision. What the fuck is it called? Subdivision surfacing. Is that a subdivision surface? Yeah. And when they connect like this, it's basically centered. And I might as well leave the subdivision on since I model with it. And that doesn't look anything like what I wanted, so let's go ahead and try and fix that a little bit. Okay, not the worst thing actually. For now, this is gonna change a lot. This goes back a bit and outside. Okay, now we want the headlights, which I have no idea how I'm going to make either. Okay, that's not catching nearly enough light because this is too far out, I think. Yeah. Okay, see, now it's got that edge on the hood that the 4C I think had, 8C, which are one of those. I model with rectangles. I know triangulation exists, and I do not know how to use it properly, so I don't. Is that a good thing? Probably not. But I am having relatively good success so far with rectangles, so not really gonna change that until I learn how to model all over again. Or I might just switch to CAD CAM entirely. This can be a bit softer, I think, on the outside. Maybe I can make it sharper inside. Yeah. Okay, but then it has to go all the way down here. Sharpen it, and then soften it. Just a little bit, like that. Not really sure I like this. I don't, but that's the problem with the edge weight thing when you don't know how to use it, like me. That looks like garbage. Okay, let's start over again. I didn't send it. Welcome to trial and error until we get into the swing of things. And I'm going to actually start from the grill now. So go into not subdivision, mirror. And you have to toss mirror above subdivision. If you're wondering why that isn't working, so let's go ahead and not rotate anything. Instead, I'll just do that. Mirror, apply, set the origin to geometry, and then mirror it. There we go. And put it above surface. And 3.9 to get to the front view. And let's instead try modeling the front grille and then improve on that later. So yes, this does work, and this looks approximately right. But the fact this only has 4 vertices means that if I do branch this out at all, it's going to lose its shape entirely, which I do not want. So I have to make it a bit more, what would you call it, a bit more refined with my own modeling. Like make the shape a bit more, you're seeing what I'm doing, like that, out a bit here. Yeah, that's taking shape. Okay, down a bit, in a bit. Okay, that's actually not looking too bad. Now we can do what? I guess just extend all of this S on the Z axis and then deselect these two and move it up out a little bit. And how the fuck did I render that? If I rendered it at all, I did it in a way that has, I didn't render it. Nice, I didn't render fuck all. I'm thinking, do I want it indented or do I want it poking out? I think I want it like that, yeah. And then once again, scale on the Z axis, deselect the middle two. My god, I bought my new mouse specifically because of Blender. I mean, it was a year ago or so, but my old mouse was double clicking on the right click, so all of these selecting these vertices was fucking impossible. And it was a Logitech G something GT03, no, one of those. I now have a second Logitech that's basically identical. They're good mice. I like Logitech. Now I think I'm going to try making the nothing yet, because I wanna extend this out a little bit. And you might be thinking, how is that any different from what I did just up until now? And it's different because this will be the final edge before the grill meets the body, and this is just here to keep the shape of the vertices inside, whilst it itself can change and be shaped. See how it now curves around, but the grill is staying entirely the same. Okay, we now have sort of the barrel of the Bolide. I was planning on making a grill, not a grill, a vent down here. So let's go ahead and try. Yeah, that's looking alright. If I was to make a headlight here right now, how would I do it? Do I go from the side profile, or do I... Let's do it this, and nope, not entirely. Let's put that here and then delete it, because I'm gonna have the suspension here anyways, so I'm gonna not be able to use all of this space. Now I feel like it's not sharp enough. The beauty of modeling, honestly, or designing in general. So maybe if we move this in a bit, or a bunch, that in a bit, that in a bit. My hair is just gonna get progressively worse through the video. Don't mind that. Okay, I do not like that still. Let's go again. Once again, we shall... No, actually, you know what I'll do? Delete the inside. There we go. And then just make a really rough shape of what I want, which is something like that. I'd say, yeah, maybe not as aggressive on the bottom. I'll just do this and this and this, and nope, this and then this and then this and then this. Let's try subdivision now. Not nearly sharp enough up here. Oh my god, why is this so complicated? Why is this the part that I'm struggling with? Okay, I don't hate that. I actually do not hate that for once. Or I'll have to mirror next. Now to make this into something a bit more respectable. Okay, yeah, no, that looks a lot better. I'm already happy with that, or at least a lot happier than I was with the last one. Let's go shift a mesh and circle. Let's start creating a headlight so I can try merging those two together later. And I said I wanted to keep a circular motive in it whilst making the big old swoosh. So let's see how to make that. We're going to rotate a plane on 90 degree on X and go 1 and 5 and scale that up to the size of the grill, and then delete this vertex right here, modifier, and add subdivision. This is just going to be a basic shape, longer that way and down there. How's that looking? Fairly solid, I guess, because I think I want it curling towards the outside a little bit, and maybe I'll just put the circle on the inside. Really, that's I think what I was discussing anyways, wasn't it? To have not on the... oh, but this actually kind of works, having it here. And I wanna tilt that to the inside to follow the, not entirely follow, but be close to the grill, because I need to leave space for a vent down here, right? I almost wanna apply subdivision here, but that makes this happen, which sucks ass, so I won't. And also I need to curve this in a whole bunch. need to curve the outside. No, these extends out, and these is into that one. I almost want to join these two into one. Fuck. Do I or not? Do I not? Do I want to copy this and copy both of them actually? Yeah, that's fine. Subdivision 3, that's fine, and mirror apply. Join. I want to see if I can make that line a part of the headlight, right? Like that continuous line that it has from the continuous line that it has from the top of the grille and on the hood. I want to integrate into that sharp end. This we said was just a normal line going over here and then over here and then over here and then like this and then like this and this. And now this is the part that I fucking hate, which is this bullshit. So you cannot make faces like that, but if I delete this and if I redo this, then it's soft again. Because I don't want to subdivide all of this either, right? Because that fucks up the headlight. But fine, for now it'll do. And then we sharpen this a fair bit, I guess. Yeah. Okay, how does that look now? Kinda weird. It looks kinda weird. Oh, why? Because it's curving up here and down there. What if no? And what if no? Fuck that. We're just here. What if I want to subdivide this once and then do that instead? And that is going, where the fuck are you going, bro? And then I need the subdivision here to make this into a rectangle and to make, I need two subdivisions here. I'm an idiot. A subdivision here, or a face here, and a face here. That's not looking as shabby anymore. Okay, so yeah, now that line now makes a little bit more sense. Set origin to 3D cursor and then apply the mirror on the Y axis. Nope, that's not the Y axis anymore, it's now the Z axis, and move it above the subdivision surfacing. Okay, that's looking a bit better. Why is this? What happened here? Why is it going in? Don't go in. None of that. None of that. I'm going to move you to the side here to make the light catching line, and then move you also to the side here. Thank you, laddie. Oh, how does that look now? Do I dare? Do we dare then so close to the sun? See, it's fucky again. I do not like this mesh, but it's a fine mesh. Unhappy. I am unhappy. And also that's way too fucking aggressive, so no. Okay, no, that's fine. I think that's fine. Yeah. I think that holds its own. Maybe if I sharpen that edge a bit and move it closer and move it closer and move it up and move it up a little bit. See, now it's a bit more aggressive. Yeah, I might have forgotten to actually curve the front grille. Yeah, just a little bit. Might have forgotten. Or on this axis a bit more, 7. Just to check, how's that looking from up above? Fine. That's not too shabby. Yeah, not too shabby at all. and the actual body continues from here. I didn't want to do that. Fuck. Why do I make my life more difficult than it has to be? Because this is no longer the head, this is the body. Okay, what is this line here? That's looking kind of dumb. And why is it looking kind of dumb? I'm still bothered by this whole thing. Okay, let's go ahead and just make our way backwards. Forget the front ever existed, right? Yeah. You just make a mistake and forget about it. We move all of that. And do I widen it at all from here? I kinda do, kinda don't, I guess. Let's go ahead and split that into two parts. That's for the suspension. That's our new body panel, which now does some funky shit. So I have to split it down the middle like that. You know what? I'm gonna build a fully custom part out. Yeah. I'm not gonna bother with modifying that one. I'll just shape it exactly as I want. And deal with the consequences later. Sorry future me, but you brought this upon yourself. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are seeing the problem already, which is that I now cannot... Oops. This bullshit. Yeah, I cannot make a face here anymore because I've split it out. And then that has to go like that, that, and that, and merge with that, but that's fine. Don't panic because this is getting deleted. Okay, now you can panic. I can do this bullshit. I'm gonna hate myself for doing it because that's not how you do things. See how hard of a transition that is now? Yeah. Let's go into render and see how bad it looks. Terrible. It looks fucking shit. It looks like goddamn garbage. How the fuck do I do that? This whole swish part. It'll do for now. It absolutely won't, but it'll do for now. Maybe if I... Nope. Maybe if I... absolutely not. Maybe if I... Nope. Maybe if I... Now I'm out of ideas. See how that's getting pulled back here? Yeah, that's what happens when you stretch out your subdivisions. Not fun. Not fun at all. Oh, that's garbage. Oh, I hate that. Never do that. Pro tip, never do that. A bit more inside. Can I do 1? No, 7, 9. Yeah. Like that. And then we do that. Okay, this one has to be at 45 degrees. As so. Am I moving the right thing? I am, okay. See, where the fuck do I... where do I put that to sleep, right? Delete edges. Because not all of that's a length. There's still a body underneath that. I'm being kind of quiet now. Just because I'm trying to figure this out. And I can't focus while talking. You know what? Gonna not invest too much time into that. When it isn't working, I mean, I'm gonna have to find a different method to make it, obviously. I will figure it out eventually. Just this is what I mean when I say my modeling is experimentation and trial and error. I have no idea what I'm doing 90% of the time, so I can't exactly make a tutorial either. I can make like I can make a video showing you how I do things. It's not the right way, it's not the way you should be doing things, but it's our way. You can make things. Anyways, as I said, I've been here for an hour and 10 minutes now. As you might be able to tell, the painting is getting there. It is 3 days late now. Yeah. It will be done eventually. It will. Just today is not the day. I might play this. Might play around with this when I have time. If I do, I'll show you what I make or what I come up with in the next part. And I knocked over my lapel. I am back on the 13th of October, so it's been a couple of days. The painting has been finished in the last couple of days, the weekend actually. Anyways, I did do some work, just chilling, and I think it looks acceptable. Basically, I did the same thing that I was going to do before. I just did it separately and then attached it to the body of the car. Not entirely sure if I'm happy with it. I'm gonna play around with it a bit more. See, that I think looks a bit better, but that line doesn't connect to there, it connects to the one below, so I know some line weight is to be explored and some curves are to be fixed, I guess. From here, the top air intake or the roll over thing is not final. F1 evolution, let's say evolution side view. That might give me the kind of list to see what I'm looking for, and I think the 1979 Renault RS10, the 2009 Renault, the kind of flat on the top, even though the driver is in the middle here. I'm looking for, there we go, I'm looking for the generic Instagram repost trash. Oh, look at that, an Alfa Romeo. Oh, see, oh my god, am I a fucking genius or what? I designed something that looks similar to an actual Alfa Romeo. Where's my job? I want a job. Alpha, please. I'm kinda desperate. I don't think people want to buy my paintings. I just want to see what year I'm looking at. Wrong monitor, my guy. Oh, this is a wonderful 5x5 pixels. Oh, this one, the 2013. See how it has a nose on the front that's tilted forward, and then it's just flat along the top. So I guess I'm aiming for that 2013 kind of look, right? Hell yeah. Oh, that's taking shape. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go back to this view and then just extend from this body panel backwards. This is going to be our section of I do not have my notebook. Ich hab found it. I do not speak German. I think that's pretty obvious. Yet. Okay, not that many subdivisions. Curve it down, curve it down, curve it up, curve it up. There we go. So that's going to be the, I almost want to call it a pontoon. Then we do this, F. This question mark. This. That's not final by any means. I'm just starting to make the curves. And if I can press Z, oh my god, and then tab. Thank you, me. Thank you, me. We're good. Okay, and the other one just curves. The other one just curves kind of fully around. Okay, it has to go a bit further back though. Also, these wheels are way too big. Ignore that. I'm not sure I like the combination of the front and the rear, because I made it a bit too aggressive on the front. A bit more aggressive than I originally wanted to. But I like the design. It's just that I'm not sure if I've hit what I've meant to hit, because the 33 Stradale does curve down. Oh wow, that's the Stradale, and the Stradale isn't. I'm not making the Stradale. Fuck off. Oh, let's see what I can do back here. I could do that. Does the Stradale have a... It does? Okay. 15-20 degree curving up to a 70-80 degree. So 15 to 20 degree. Yeah. See what I'm doing? Picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah. Do I like that? I don't know, because I don't have any weight here. No, what did I do? No, I wanted to press E. See, I'm making fucking trapezoids now. God damn it. Oh, that's not a trapezoid. I don't care. I have a C in maths, and that's perfectly fine. I do not like maths. Okay, what the fuck happened here? Let's analyze. I hate the fact that this is a thing. Oh no, not the middle ones. Son of a bitch. Let's just control that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's undo. Let's actually pay attention to what we're doing here. So like that, and this all has to go in and follow the curve as such. Okay, I really need this line to be a bit more distinct. Yeah, so I can see what the fuck I'm doing. And then you go down here. That's all the same sharp line. Nice. Alright, that is a bit more in there. Almost straight. Not full straight though. Like that. Yeah. I do be kinda hungry. I should have eaten before this. We're back. I have moved the files from my phone to my PC. About 10 gigabytes of video, because I didn't do it last time, and I won't do it today either, so I have to do it again next time recording. The vicious cycle of being an idiot. Let's go ahead and let's add a mesh circle. Did I just forget how the fuck you delete things? On my face. There we go. Okay, bet. Okay, see, that's now a circle. Should be a circle, but fine. Rotate it on the y-axis towards the back, so like that. And I did make that an ellipsis, right? I did. Should I? Should I do? Son of a bitch. Fuck. Shift A mesh circle. 8 vertices. Thank you. Okay, size that down. Rotate it on the y-axis. Move that. Because that's closer to a circle than that was. That was kind of a rounded rectangle. Okay, we're gonna go with rectangle. Fuck it, triangles, bruv. Triangles are the way to go. When in doubt, just use triangles. There we go. See, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, I need a line right here. Does that throw in the front? Acceptable. Okay, because I need this to, when you look at a car from the side, hold on, I'll show you. This is one of the basic lines on just about any car. On the front, on the first one, you can see curve up, curve down, curve up, curve down, right here. Curve up, curve down, curve up, curve down. So let's look at all this. There we go. Up, down, up, down. So the more pronounced it is, basically, the more aggressive it is, style-wise. But I now have an actual line going from the top to the top of the headlight, so that works. This. That looks kind of like garbage, but hold on. Maybe if I do yeet. Okay. Yeet. No, you go ahead and die. Thank you. Yeet. Okay. No bueno. Why is there a dent here? Who made this? I mean, I'll do proper surfacing later, but who did that? See, that's kind of taking shape, eh? Hey, mateys. Okay, that's kind of not it. Chief. That's going to suck ass. It is sucking ass as we speak. Okay, we shall make this a separate pot, and if I do that, it's still a... How is it still curved? What? That usually fucks everything up. I am not complaining. Let's see. And let's... Hey, okay. Hey. I might be onto something here. I mean, this sucks. This is absolute cock and ball torture. But we're not that far off. If I do that, and then E and then S, and then I soften this, then it breaks everything. There we go. That's the Blender we know and love. I should stress that I understand that Blender does not know what I want, given that I don't know what I want, and Blender is still very much not at fault for me not knowing what I'm doing. Not the worst thing ever, I'd say. Not the worst thing ever. I recently watched Iron Sky. If you've never heard of it, probably for the better, honestly. What a fucking shit show of a movie. It's something. It's something, that's for sure. Okay, well now it's not really a circle anymore, so let's just another one. Hold on, shift active. That idea didn't do what I wanted to do. Tab, shift A, fucking circle, thank you. Move you in here, up here. One. Oh, hold on. This looks like something. If I have the tail light right here. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, fuck off. Welcome to me designing things. I still want to keep that curve upwards. However, I shall hide the tail light inside there. Okay, making progress here actually. Okay, not happy with this. I'm going to lower this down. Happier with that now. Gonna move it in a bit. And now I'm kinda happy with it actually. Not yet. Now I'm happy with it. I'm gonna figure out this later. I don't like it. Don't think I do. But it's a problem for him. That's exactly what I wanted. How did you know? It's gonna be a problem for a later date. So paint everything white. See, yeah, that's catching white in a real weird way. This is gonna be it for today. I've been recording for an hour and 26 minutes, so I just want to do one final test. This is sort of a bit more accurate for determining your lines, and let's darken that. Okay, this is looking kind of funky. Everything else kind of fine. Welcome back. It is the 19th of October 2021. It is day 4 or 5 maybe of working on the Alfa Romeo Bolide, and I am not sure where we even left off. Oh right, I was making the rear end and then I wanted to reshape the top. Okay, that's doable. Alright, I said I wanted to do some surfacing too, didn't I? So just improving these a little bit, making these curves a bit smoother. Okay, see how there's a dent here? I want this to make a continuous line down. Okay, see that? Okay, I'll make final surfacing changes at the end. For now, I'd say I'm happy with that. Let's find a way to make this not garbage. It has been an hour. I have eaten, I have done things, and I have lost daylight, so exciting times. Let's speedrun this bitch, finish the body today, or at least the general shape of the body, and then do the finishing some other day. So make this line a bit smoother, goes up a bit, goes up a bit, goes up a bit, goes in a bit, goes up a bit. I need a hole for the steering wheel, and I need a foot area. So just drag it down. I think I need room for a drive shaft, and I need room for a frame around it, I guess. Yeah, Shift A, plane. Let's make a seat. It's not gonna be the fanciest seat in the world, doesn't have to be. God almighty, I hate flies. I hate flies so much, swear to God. I want all flies today. The only reason I don't mind flies existing is because I like spiders, and spiders do need something to eat. So okay, I do want the seats to be bolstered, so something along these lines. Headrest, no headrest. Okay, I need a human. Okay, enjoy this sequence because this is 100% how you should be doing things. So you make a mesh plane. You click tab, you press U, you unwrap. Okay, you go onto Google and you type in human proportions. Yeah, okay. And you go download the first image, save image as, and you go into desktop and save it as whatever. This number down here, 1225660, you type into here. So 1225. 0.660, right? Okay, and then we go into 7. Bet. Now we go into material, create a new material, human. And in surface you have color and a dot next to it. You go into image texture, click open, go into your desktop, search for the file, see material view. If you've done the thing wrong, you haven't. Good. because I thought you will. You go into mesh, create another point, scale it up a bit to fit the human, scale it down the x-axis. No, I know I'm using advanced methods. Do not okay. Control S, delete vertices, and then go into modifier mirror, and on the x-axis. Good. I don't know why you refuse to. Sure, doesn't matter. And now you have a human. Definitely how you should be doing things. 100%. Trust me on this. 90 and negative 90 or 90. Now we're going to 1 and we want a halfway position. So we do not want to scale anything at all. So the only thing we do is how the fuck do we do this? We rotate the entire human. Yeet. And then we select all of these vertices. Right. Okay, and then we rotate it on the y-axis. Nope. It bends over here. Rotate it on the y-axis. And then we move it into back into position where the angle is correct. So like that. He might have slightly longer legs now. I do not care. And we place you right here. Okay. And yeah, your head is a bit straighter like that. So the seat needs to go forward a bit. And we scale the guy down a bit. There you go. That is our human. Can I solidify him? I just want to have an actual guy here. Solidify. Let's go hit deck. Now I'm going to go ahead and model some pedals so that I can have a mechanical understanding of where some shit needs to be. And also because I can barely talk, I feel fucking exhausted. Can't even tell if the fucking horizon is straight anymore. I am slowly but surely losing my fucking mind. Where was I? I'm making the pedals. And I'm making holes in said pedals, so I need to go here. I need to apply modifier, and go into Boolean, intersect, difference, width, do it, and then I need to apply, and then I need to delete this, and then I have holes in my pedals. Enjoy the montage of me making more while listening to copyrighted music again. So I've placed the pedals in there. No, not entirely sure. Okay, well, this is way too little space between pedals, but I'm not entirely sure how pedals work in race cars. I have my G29 pedals here for reference, but I haven't exactly looked closely at any real ones. This is what I'm going with for now. I mean, it's a detail that you'll never see. It's also way fucking down in the dark, so not the biggest issue, honestly. Face and this, apply, delete this, delete, none of this, actually just join. We have screw, we have really detailed screw that no one's ever going to see. And then I just scale the whole thing down. It's hopefully centered. Actually, I don't give a fuck anymore. And rotate it on the z-axis. Let's just align it to what looks approximate to right, which is wrong axis. Nope. That should be fine. And then I rotate on the y-axis like that, and then I scale the whole thing down. Focus on it. Move down, move down, move down. Move down. Focus on it again. Exit orthographic. Scale it down once again. And then I select, please do not select that circle, thank you. Okay, but you could select the screws that I fucking selected, you know. That would be kind of PogChamp. And we have our steering column. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, not that far back, but why can't you just listen to what I'm pressing A, that means deselect. And then select all of these, delete, and then Z, select all of these, and then face. Yeah, okay, that should be fine. And the wheel is going to go onto that. Minor details that no one's gonna ever see. The fact you can physically see how long this is taking, just because I'm tired and I cannot get myself to work properly. I have run out of sunlight. I now have a wheel here. I have the basics of an interior, pedals, wheel, the whole setup waiting to go. Oh, I didn't move this. So far, I'm really not unhappy with it. But I am extremely tired. I might model a bit off camera simply because I'll have so much shit to edit. It's not even funny. At this point I have over 30 gigabytes of just webcam footage. This is an hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours, 4 hours, and add another hour onto that, so 5 hours of footage. I'm going to die. I will die editing this. So I thought this would be simpler, honestly. Then I forgot. You can see how easily 30 hours went into the F40, which I actually had to make look like the real thing, not just where the fuck I want it to look. Also, I'm thinking, hold on, can I not? A rotary. Oh, ABCD. Rotary engine that bond, and there should be a rotary engine with materials. but I want this one. This is a rotary engine I modeled, and it's kind of fucking accurate, kind of not. I don't know what half of these are, but it has all of the exhaust, transmission kind of mounts and shit. It's a good model. I'm proud of it. So this, but I would move the transmission backwards and just put a drive shaft here. Hashtag rotary swap the fucking universe. Fuck the OS swap. Getting there, slowly but surely, making this thing into a reality. See you in the next one, which might actually include like half of the model finished. It is Saturday, October 23rd, and I feel like shit today, so I'm not gonna be using webcam, and it's gonna be more of a chill episode of designing something. I have no fucking idea. I guess we can just start with the mechanics and do something. I don't know. We'll see, and I'll talk about what I do as I do it. Until then, music. Do I want to do anything else today? I guess. Okay, let's model the exhaust, like back here. I don't know how many of you know about Singer. They are a company that specializes in modifying old Porsches. Singer Porsche. And alright, look, it's the first one. I think this is called the Aero Study. Right? No, it's not. I don't know. But if I type in Aero, I'm going to get the one I want. Kind of, yeah, that's the one I want. And look at these exhaust tips, right? Yeah, I fucking love this exhaust. And the lights. This is beautiful. This is actual art. And I want to replicate this sort of exhaust system right here on the Bolide. So we shall go ahead and do that. I just have to find a place for the exhaust first. I mean, this isn't like that intensive. It's 2 cylinders, right? So should be fine. Where did I put my reference? Here. I mean, I'm not gonna copy it one for one. I just wanna get the same idea. So it's an outer like ring, and you can see that I actually tried to do that on my earlier Bolide 2021. Hold on, I'll open it up for you, or at least an image of it. Bolide 1, 2, and 3. I want a close-up of the engine. These are all my other renders. You can see the folder is a bit of a mess. I mean, you can see the detail I put into the rotary, right? Making everything sort of to scale and sort of accurate. Not gonna bother. Because look, how much of that can you actually see? None. Like, not worth it. It's worth it to learn and practice modeling engines, but not for models that will be hidden away in or under panels, right? And we found it. Okay. Yeah, I tried doing that, but I also put some holes in there. I don't know. I kind of felt like that was funky. But I will do it with a sharp edge now and without those holes, because I have changed my mind in regards to them. So actual exhaust pipe going like that, and then the exhaust I thought would go down here. Then maybe and protrude a bit out, right? So Okay, that is fucking massive though, so let's scale that down a bit. Okay, after playing with the taillight situation for a bit, I've reached the conclusion that one taillight and 2 exhausts are the combination I'm gonna go with. I think it looks acceptable. Back to the Alfa Romeo. Actually, not back to it because I'm leaving it right now. I'm going to do some other stuff, mainly study. There is no end. I'm gonna study. I have to fucking study. Anyways, smooches to all of you. I'm gone. It's been a while. I don't know what day it is. I've completely lost track. It is the 28th of October. I mean, I don't know what day of recording this is. Let's just see where the fuck I left it off. Oh, I was making the engine. Lovely. Sure, okay, let's finish the engine up. That's probably gonna be a time lapse. Oh, the last recording was when I was feeling dead inside. Right. Or actually no, I'll wrap up the engine on my own. So let's instead model. Let's finish the body of the car, and let's finish the body of the car. Yeah, let's just do that. I think I can go ahead and make the headlights happen, and maybe the windshield. Remove material from this, copy that, and I will. Okay, what happens if I remove faces from where the headlight needs to be? We'll see how that turns out. Let's also. Yeah, no, that needs to be lower. So the headlight goes down to about there. Only edges and faces. Right. Actually, I kind of like this sort of eyelash. Okay, so let's copy this again. And now we get to the interesting part, which is, well, I guess delete faces that aren't connected to that, right? So, nope, vertices. Because I don't want to change that curve, I want to change all the other curves around it. There is likely a better way to go about this that I do not know of, so fuck. Right, let's fill the silence. I have been watching the Peaky Blinders and I've been enjoying myself. I mean, by I've been watching, I mean I've watched the first season. It's not a bad show, honestly. Kinda cringy in the amount of one-liners and I'm a gangster. No, I'm a gangster. I don't know, I kinda like those flicks like Goodfellas and The Godfather, and the fact that Mafia 2 is my favorite game. I've probably already said that. I love Mafia 2, you should play Mafia 2. Also the fact that I play with the Friends for Life expansion, which is just a mod that turns the world into open world. Well, yeah. Since Mafia 2 is it's a very good game, but it's also very story driven. Obviously it has a good story. Editor May coming in to say that this game is a fucking masterclass in video game making. Everything from sound design to physics to attention to detail is absolutely amazing. If you haven't played it, go play it right now. And that revolver is by far my favorite pistol because of the way it sounds, and that rower GL300 I believe it's called, which is basically a tribute to the SL300 Mercedes, is my favorite car aside from Cassie. Footprints in the snow and tire tracks in the snow and in the dirt and everything. Attention to detail, my god. The red thing you can see around the speedometer is a speed limit. That prevents you from paying fines, but also serves as a traction control of sorts.
In pursuit of a speeding vehicle. Copy that.
You know, I'm gonna have to give you a fine, please. Alright, Tony Wilson. Do yourself a favor, pal, and straighten up.
And you can run out of fuel too. Amazing, genuinely amazing. I love this game. Anyways, enjoy the minute or so that's left of the showcase, then we're getting back to Blender.
Sorry about the prices. Gas keeps going up. Tough time to roll around, you know? Here you are. Thank you. See ya.
Oh fuck. Okay, that might have been less than ideal. Okay, well, I'll shape it afterwards. I mean, that's a minor correction. Or maybe, yeah, I'll just do this. So I'll just go outside. No. Making sure not to do it any. And then he does that exact fucking thing that he says he won't do. Making sure not to do it any faces that go into the actual headlight glass. So, and then I'll just use the knife and slice to the exact shape that I need to be. Do these curves really not match by like a millimeter? Fuck off. Besides, like, well, that Peaky Blinders, I haven't really seen many shows. I don't really watch them because it's a fucking commitment. Like, a movie is a one and done kind of deal, right? You sit down, you watch a movie and it's over, and you can go think about it, or you can go take a shit, whatever it is you have to do. A series is like, okay, I've spent 40 minutes here for nothing because I still don't know the whole story, so see ya again in a fucking decade. And I don't like that kind of thing. So besides the Peaky Blinders, I've seen Futurama, and I love Futurama, and I've seen Initial D. I love Initial D also. And there's a fucking gap here. What might? How did that happen? I do not understand. Please fucking undo stuff. Ah, Blender, you piece of shite. Bruv, I'm not gonna fucking fill this up manually. No way in hell I'm doing that. I would actually rather shoot myself in the fucking head. Yo, why do I do this to myself? I should be studying maths for tomorrow. That's what I should be doing right now. But I absolutely cannot force myself to study that fucking thing. I hate mathematics. I fucking despise maths. I think maths are devil's spawn. Is this an effort worth pursuing? Or should I be smart? Listen, hold on. Should I make an air vent out of this? In the original design, I was thinking about making an air intake. Oh, my phone has been tilting this whole time. In the original design, I was thinking about making an air vent, an air intake down below the headlight, like it is on a different model that I was looking at. I don't know what I was expecting. I started recording this just as like, okay, I'm gonna show you how I model things and how I use Blender for my projects, and I don't know why I was expecting to just show you the interesting stuff. This is modeling as I do it. Okay, time for me to listen to music and time for you to watch another time lapse. My phone is just ever so slowly gliding down. Lovely, thank you. That's good stuff. Yeah. See you when this is done. Alright, we are back and we have made the headlight happen with a bit of time. Yes, a bit of time. I kinda like it, honestly, I kinda do. With that gap that's gonna be used for the brake cooling, that is. I like the way it turned out, I do. So, no mistakes, just happy little accidents. Let's make this material glass. Yes, okay, so let's make glass happen, and I won't use the glass modifier, so you can use Blender's pre-made glass, right? That is a thing that exists in Blender. And it doesn't look too bad, but it's not ideal. And then we use transparent and mix and glossy and fuck no and layer weight and fucking Christ almighty, my face, no, not face, something Fresno, yeah, for now, okay, so let's, right, basic shape is this, right? You have something that is transparent, which isn't how glass acts, because when you shine something on glass, you can still see the glass panel, right? Because some of the light bounces off. And that's what we showed you with glossy. Making glossy part of it reflects some of the light back into our eyes, but when it's done like this, the angle of it is kind of weird. So if you look at it straight on, it should be clear, and if you look at it at an angle, it should bounce, right? Okay, so when we look at it straight on, it gives us a plain white, and when we look at it at an angle, it starts getting clear. You can see up there. So we want to invert this and make it point to you, let's say. So now when we look at it straight on, it is clear, and when we look at it at an angle like this, right, then it bounces the light. See how it bounces off the body? Yeah, that's what you want. Okay. No, absolutely not. Okay, I will figure it out. Not right now. I don't know when. Just not now. Because I'm done for the day. Because I have to study maths. I do. Oh, this is not centered, is it? Love, what happened? I hope this is the only thing not centered. I genuinely fucking hope this is the only thing not centered. I really, really fucking hope this is the only thing not centered. I hope and pray for my mental well-being that that is the only thing not centered. It is. Thank fuck almighty. That would have been something. I don't know what happened there. I was probably playing around with the grill. Yeah, cool. See ya in the next part, which is probably gonna be someday next week, because I'll have more time then. And I might do some work in between episodes, which I said last time, I believe, and I hadn't touched it at all. So no promises. I am a lazy man. See ya, fellas. What's good, fellas? It is the 8th of September, October, November. I think it's November now. Some work has been done. Let me just find Alfa Bolide VIP 06, right? Yeah. I don't know where the fuck you left off, honestly. I've just been kind of modeling in my free time, doing my own shit. Let me see. Okay, so if I focus back here, right? I made the rear suspension sort of accurately. I still need the bearings and all of that, but I've got the general idea. And pieces put into place. I've made the differential. Hold on. I've modeled the differential. I've modeled the brakes. They're gonna be, I don't know what you call those, onboard, inboard. I know the Hummer H1 Alpha, or just the Hummer H1 has those. I've made these. Yo, I do not know the fucking word right now. It is a joint. It's some sort of a joint. It's not. Is it a U joint? Is it a ball joint? It's not. It's a joint, okay? Yeah, I made 4 chassis points on each front and back. Can I? No, I need to use shift right now, and I cannot because of me arm placement, but it's fine. And I started modeling the front suspension as well. Aside from that, this thing has been kind of changed to go around the chassis as I see fit. It still needs some work because I was adding chassis elements I needed for the suspension, right? And I will probably change the shocks. These are temporary. I want them to be like highly noticeable, kind of yellow, maybe even. I don't know if I made this part on camera or not. I made the chrome grille frame, chrome grille something, and I made these half circles, kind of crescent moons. I don't know, I've seen other Alfas have those, so I just copied that. Interior wise, I think I did some shit. Pretty much just added a panel here that will have switches on it, lights on it, some sort of a tacho, some sort of a speedometer, I don't know, not sure yet. I think those are all the changes made. I will not be modeling today because I need to study maths, and as much as I really don't fucking want to study maths, I have to because I do not know shit. And I would rather not get an F. I mean, I'm gonna get an F, but you know, it's the thought that counts. I did make one more change, and that was these exhausts that I just joined into one tube, right? So yeah, that's gonna be this update done. See you in probably like a month because I have a lot of work to do now. I don't know when I will have free time to model on camera again because listen, modeling like this in my free time, just turning on Blender for like half an hour and shitting something out, listening to music is a lot easier than setting up Audacity and OBS on the side, syncing everything up. I mean, I sync in post, but that's gonna be a lot of work in post. I would rather be pepper sprayed and tasered and shot in the same fucking day than having to do maths. I despise maths. Have I gotten that point across yet? I fucking hate maths, but yeah, that's gonna be that. Update over. It has been a while, it really has, but I have a good excuse and I have a lot of progress to actually show you. I have been working on it, just not recording because I do not have the time. I physically do not have the time. I have a lot of other shit to do. Mainly, why is the camera down here, not up there? Because my whole room is getting moved to a different place in the house. So my setup is gonna be a mess for a little while, and I'm not gonna be able to get any work in. This is just temporary rough around the edges for now before I move everything properly. I've been getting work in when I could put a couple hours in here and there. Also, I have been modeling on my laptop, which is a piece of shit, but it still runs Blender just fine. So that's interesting, and a lot of this was modeled on my laptop because I can take my laptop to school when we don't have any classes or when we don't do anything. I model. So what did I do? What did I actually do? Progress report. Looks roughly the same from the outside, doesn't it? I guess looks a bit different from here. There is no a shift knob. There is no a. It's not a footrest. It's not a carpet. It's, I don't know, gives grip to your foot so don't slide around when you're pressing the pedals. But the changes are actually on the inside. So let's go ahead and hide layer 2, and you can see I have modeled an entire engine. Not entirely correct. It's, I mean, the alternator and starter and all that shit is yet to be modeled. If I'm even gonna model it, honestly. And I've also modeled a fan. Let's just move that into place. Doing bit by bit, really, is what I've been up to. This whole engine setup I want it to be as low as possible, but that also makes it like way short of where the body comes, so you see it's like a quarter way down in the chassis. Right? I wanted it to be there for weight distribution. I don't know, maybe I should have scaled up the engine a bit. I still can, I mean, it's so flexible. I've modeled a car battery. I have remade the springs into something a bit more realistic with an adjustable spring height, I guess. I have created a fuel tank with aero flaps for cooling because cold fuel is more efficient, and thermal isolation so that it's separated from the exhaust, and a fueling. It connects the fuel cap to the fuel tank. I do not know what it's called. A gearbox down here that needs to be connected somehow to the stick shift, gear shifter. It needs to be connected to the fucking shifter. The rear mechanics are done, the front mechanics not yet. I mean, why am I modeling that if you're never gonna see it? Because I like it to be complete. I don't like my models to be hollow unless they're like concepts, but I want them to feel tangible. I want them to feel like you could grab that and take it apart and it would still make sense. And that I feel is the essence of good modeling in this case, because you don't need to make a skeleton for a character, right? That's not the point. But a car is 90% its mechanics and 10% its body. So just to show you it's in rendered view, this is it so far. Not a lot has changed from the outside. Again, you can really... Oh, I did remodel the taillights and they're still not final. I might make them Alfa Romeo themed. It's not a race car specific. I don't know if I even explained this yet. It's not supposed to be a thoroughbred race car, right? Because I'm putting chrome pieces on it and I'm putting in an interior and I'm putting in some nice stuff, right? I'm gonna put in some nice gauges and I'm gonna put in some nice headlights and some nice tail lights, and it's gonna be fancy. I want it to be sort of that modern take on a classic, where you have money to burn and then you want a classic car, like a classic Bolide, but with the comforts and the reliability and the speed of a modern Bolide or a modern vehicle. Yeah, that has been the update. I don't really have time to work on this today, so I won't. But it will be worked on, and I should be able to do some work in December. I fucking hope. I really fucking hope. I want this project to end already. I don't like spending that much time on a single project, right? Given I'm working on this for YouTube, I'm not just working on it in my off time for nothing. I want it to be done in a reasonable time span, and I want it to be done in the first place, done, finished, something I can say I did this and it's behind me and I'm going on to something next, because I have so many projects I want to do, so fucking many. I do not have the time or the money most of the time, and I'm trying not to rush it. I'm trying not to skip anything. I'm really trying to make the mechanics accurate as much as I can. The engine's not gonna be... You know what? I might just steal the engine from my actual... What if I did steal the engine from the previous Bolide? Would you all be mad? No wait, that Bolide didn't have... Did that Bolide have all of the engine mechanics of alternators and starters and spark plugs? Let me see. So it had a turbo setup, right? That's one thing. But I don't think it had spark plugs. No, it didn't. It had exhausts and it had... I guess this was for cooling or for stabilization. But no, it did not have any of those. I mean, it's also a lot more cramped, so don't see anything here. I don't know. I really don't know. I do not know. I know not. I know it. I mean, I'm not unhappy with this. It's still a good model. It's just that I wanted to try something new and create more. So I do like the duotone body I did here. And I mean, this is the shit you don't see, right? This is behind the scenes. It's pretty boring. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna go paint walls probably, and after painting walls I can move my room. It is the 5th of January, 10:18 a.m. Where have I been? Well, look at my room and notice it's a lot different than it was. Everything has changed pretty much. Just that, everything has changed. I have my PS2 now. I can play PS2 games, so I've been playing some Gran Turismo 4. I need some more shelves. My Saturn 5 is on the floor. I know you've never seen it before. It was on the shelf above my desk, and now it's there. And I have a lot of shit just up there, and you can see that blue box. I know it's distracting, That's a Witcher figure for my friend for her birthday. I feel entirely uncomfortable saying that because her birthday is this month and I'm not gonna finish this video in like a fucking decade. If I sound tired, that's because I am. I usually sleep until 1 p.m. It is now 10 a.m. as I've said. Fucking wild. I woke up at 8 today, I don't know why. Also, I don't know if I'm fucking delusional or if this thing is actually falling down. I might be losing my mind just a little bit. That's how my life has been. Let's get to the actual fucking modeling part, because I have done a lot of work. I've done a lot of work. Doesn't look like it from the outside, doesn't look like it from the inside, but I've done a lot of work. Let's start with the chassis. That ain't it. Nope, that's also, why the fuck is this here? M1. Also, why the fuck is this here? Move 4. There we go. First off, I have no idea where we ended off. Off. Great sentences. It's gonna take me a while to get back into it. So I just start from the front, move to the back with the updates. I know how I usually do this. This is how it's gonna go down. Encoding overloaded, consider turning down video settings or using a faster blah blah blah. Didn't get to read that. Not my problem. We have a radiator now that is partially hooked up, and by partially I mean like 10% hooked up. You have the oil hose, and I drew a diagram of the cooling that I found it somewhere online, and I just copied it into basic schematics that I'm trying to follow here. So a lot of it is still not hooked up properly. I have modeled a water pump that's down there, which is connected to the upper hose, which is not connected to anything else for now. This is the coolant tank. I'm working on it. It is what it is for now. This is the fan that is hooked up to absolutely nothing. It is still floating in the void, kinda like me. I relate to it. Good fan and good soup. I have moved the battery back here, still not hooked up to anything. This isn't gonna hold. I need another fucking mount somewhere around here. I don't know. This is something, I want to say ECU, that controls all. Like, these are supposed to be spark plug wires, right? 2 wires per harness. That's not the right word. 2 wires per wire. 2 spark plugs per wire. There we go. Also, I've modeled the front suspension. I've done that. Yep, this is it. And I've remodeled the rear suspension. I'm just gonna go jump back here to fit the front. So they have the same design language, because the last one was kind of cubic as fuck. This one is more cylinder based, and since the whole chassis is cylinder based, I was like, yeah, fuck it. Also, I've made these cylinders now, so it's all cylinders, and it's nice, and it's happy, and we're all happy, and we're all fine. I've started making the steering system, but I have no idea how to get the steering column from here down there. Don't ask. I don't want to know. I don't care. It's gonna be fine. Moving here in the middle, I don't think I've added anything aside from these thermal panels that ensure that your ass doesn't get fucking cooked. I did connect the gearbox to the engine with the drive shaft. It's not connected to any mounting points. It's just floating around, vibrating, living its best life, which is real good. I'm rooting for it. I'm really happy for it. Engine mounts, I think I have all of them. Yeah, I have 4 engine mounts, which are kind of thin for a V10, V12 engine, but it's okay. Alright, I also need to do the whole coolant in and out of the block system. Moving into aero, I've done a lot of aero work. This channels air directly down to the tank. I do want to make somewhere. I wanna cool down the gearbox too. So I have to make an air channel down here. But also, if I do make an air channel that's 90 degrees down, it's not gonna channel air there. It's gonna still continue right on its way down. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Also, does it need cooling from up top since it's exposed to the bottom? I don't know. And I've added a lot of front arrows, so this is exciting only to me. I genuinely mean this is, you're gonna find this boring as shit, but let's start. This is the headlight air intake. I've reworked it, it now makes sense. It's not broken, it's fine. Also, these lines you're seeing are because I've been way too lazy and I haven't deleted them. So nope, not vertices. Right, so I have to do this for every single line, and I've been way too lazy to do that. Also, don't mind all of these lines that are kind of wacky. I can't really do anything about that. It's me using Solidify when I should be modeling, but I'm lazy, and Solidify doesn't really like me. Then again, I don't really like me, so I feel as though that's entirely fair. Anyways, back to the arrow. First off, we have the front air intake, right? The front grill that, number one, blows air on the radiator, and number two, I've made this cowl duct, right? Is that what it's called? I don't know, COWL, not sure. And that channels air right into the air intakes. Moving on to what I've actually wanted to, Jesus fucking goddamn stupid. Headlight air intake, right? We're on the same page. Headlight air intake for the third time. You follow? Good. It's gonna get wild now. This 4-dimensional piece of arrow, right, channels air right here from the front headlight air intake to the front of the cockpit. And I know the shape looks kind of weird, it's so that it fits in with the body, and it comes in right between the console and the body and channels air upwards, which, if you have air that you're like going through and it's going outside the body and it's hitting you directly in the face, that sucks. And to mitigate that, you have this, which channels the air upwards to collide with that air from the front, hopefully creating a windshield. Hopefully. I learned recently that YouTube has a alleged fuck counter, so I can say goodbye to ever being monetized on this. I think I've fulfilled their life quota at this point. By far the worst part about this is that you can work on it for fucking days, which is what I've been doing. And you can work on it for days and days and days and days and days, and it looks like you've made no progress, because every single one of these bars takes like a minute or two, and there's 20 of them. It looks so insignificant. Like each one of these tubes, right, pipes, takes so long. I mean, it's not so long. Look, you have, how do you do this? You'd have a NURBS path 001 because 000 is taken, and you have a cube. How the fuck do you have a, why is this called a cube? It's not a, oh right, you know why you have a cube? Because you shift a circle and then you rotate this circle 90 degrees. Not what I wanted to do, but fine. Cursor to active and camera to active. And then you add a cube. This is how I do it. This is by far the worst method. I'm sure there's a better method. And you add the circle to the cube. You go into tools and you click join, and then you delete the cube part and open your vertices, and then you have a rotated circle that is 90 degrees 90 degrees rotated, right, perfectly 90, so you don't have to fuck around with this and trying to get it to 90.00, which is never going to be correct. So 90.1 looks flat to pretty much everyone, not flat. And then you do this and you array it along a curve, and then you can bend the curve. So that was the introduction to all the work I've done, and now I'm gonna go drink something. I got to work, and maybe actually talk about what I'm doing for once instead of just doing it and saying I've done this. Hi, what's good? I have speedrun a glass of milk. That's not a joke. Exhaust, gearbox insulation mounts. I think I'm gonna do that first. So how I've been doing insulation is fairly simple. Cursor to active, shift a plane and size it down, and then the smartest way to go about this is the following. You do this, you focus camera and you move it up, but then you go into tab and you move it off center. Why? So that the center of the geometry of the point you're working on stays in the center of where you want it to be. So you can use mirror and you can use E and you can extend it down, and then you can Why am I making this above the... Why am I putting this above the gearbox? Above the exhaust. There is nothing above the exhaust. I'm an idiot. Don't ever call me smart, okay? I also cannot see shit. I love working in orthographic. I didn't used to, but I switched, and now I am kinda addicted to it. And then I'll subdivision surface like 3 times, and then I'll solidify. And I'll solidify with a 0 offset, and we'll see how far we can go. It's already in the exhaust, but oh wow. So you have to use the insulation panels, keeping the gearbox nice and cool, and the exhaust nice and spicy. That is heat thermal isolation. I call it isolation. See, that looks something like this. Let's see what we're gonna do about this. And oh, this is the struggle I'm having. Like, this isn't solid enough, right? I want this to move over here, so I can grab this, move it over here, and remove the material and copy paste. And then, even though I know you can't really do this with metal, like it's not a perfect cylinder anymore, that's not something anyone but you and I know at this point, right? Just the two of us. Don't tell anyone. See, that feels a lot more solid than just two pipes. And we don't hate the engineers, and I mean the mechanics, who are gonna have to install it. So we put the screw on the outside, you can actually get in, and on the angle here, so you can actually get a tool in. Select edges, this one, and we Control B, and we fillet this. I don't know why you can only fillet times 8. I want more segments. There we go. Then we move that into place. Not a single person is gonna know that these are here, but it means so much to me that the isolation isn't floating in space. Right now I have to mount these ones. I know how you would access these aside from out here, and then maybe, and for the sake of theory, we're gonna say that you put a pin through all of this. I mean, I'm gonna put a pin there, but you know, I've been working long enough on this project when I actually know which axis rotates which way, because I usually never remember. I just have to experiment and just guess which one is which. And now I have to do some kind of mounting points down here. I guess this way. I just add a cylinder. I know 64 vertices doesn't really matter, you're not gonna be able to see this. But 32 vertices in a pool of 1.5 million. Not really gonna make a significant difference. And I wanna leave a bit of it poking out, so you know where the screws are, right? Yeah, so I know when it's aligned. Where's my to-do list? Fuck, I need to cross that off. Always spill on my phone. Isolation mounts are completed. Steering is a big fucking project. No thank you. Wheels, big fucking project. Fan mounts, not a big fucking project. Let's knock those out. I need to mount this fan and this fan motor, I guess, to chassis, so we go add modifier, solidify, and we solidify it right about that much, and then we nope, not that edge, this edge. We bevel those edges just because that's how we do. Yeah, that mount is, I mean, would it be sufficient? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if this is sufficient. Like one screw down here and one screw down there. It shouldn't move. In theory, it shouldn't move anywhere. Or not even mounts. You know what? Fuck it. That's I almost said soldered. That's welded, right? This on here, consider that welded. These two act as one. Because I would now put another mount here and then it would be solid as fuck and it wouldn't move in a fucking crash. But I don't think there's a need for it. Switches shifting knob. It's not a shifting knob, it's a shifter knob. I'm an idiot. Tail lights. I'm putting everything off because I know I'm gonna be unhappy with it and gonna redesign it like 15 times. Clutch, the gearbox cable. Let's just work on cooling. I'm not gonna be starting any more projects until I finish cooling, I guess. Any more bigger projects like brake lines and wheels, because I'm gonna have fun with the wheels. And by fun I mean I'm gonna wanna kill myself by the end of it. So I have the lower pipe or tube or something, or this going into the water pump. No, I don't. Why not? Oh no, it has to go into the thermostat housing. But I don't know if I'm gonna have a thermostat. I will. Yeah, obviously. I don't know if I'm gonna have the heater because I don't know if I'm gonna have heating in the car or not. I don't really need it. But then again, if you don't have the heater, where the fuck are you gonna have the heat escapement? I just need a thermostat housing. What does a thermostat housing look like? It looks like a million different pieces and it is a complex fucking shape that I'm going to hate. So I hate it already. This one is nice and simple. This one is just two pipes going in and out, and the other one is nice and happy and everything is good. Yes, over XD. I'm not making it exactly to proportion because that's not really the point, and there's no real need for it. And then like this, and then I'm gonna have to, yeah, something along those lines. Do these two have to go in? I guess, yeah. Cursor to active, shift origin center to the cursor, and then I need to add modifier and mirror it, and then mirror it on the y-axis, and then modifier no set origin, and modifier and mirror it on the y-axis, and then apply, and then apply. Is this here in the whole thermostat housing, or is this just a part of it? I don't know. I feel like it's missing. Yeah, no, it's the thermostat is out in the open, so I'm just gonna extend it down a bit and forget about it. Also my phone is dying, so that's gonna be in the face cam for today, and I don't know what time it is. I've been recording for now like 15 minutes. I feel like I'm gonna be wrapping things up right around here and continuing on my own. It's been a lot of work, but I'm excited for the results, so, you know, necessary evil, I guess. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys whenever I remember to record next. I don't know ahead of time. See you in day whatever. Hey there, it is the 7th of January 2022, 11:21 a.m. I've got about an hour today to just throw away before I get to other work, and I've decided to use it on this. I did do some work off camera. I made the thermostat. I made it differently from the original. I need to make mountings for it. I'm gonna try and finish the cooling system today. We'll see how that goes, since that's a pretty big part of it. I am a bit tired, excuse me. I've slept for about 4 hours. With that out of the way, let's get to modeling. I need coolant, 2 engine and from engine. This is the part that I've been avoiding for a while. I don't think I can anymore. Engine blocks have little channels in them that coolant circulates through and cools down the engine. So I'm going to try and model those. Not the channels themselves, but the inlets and outlets for the coolant. On a V12, would it have 2 inlets and 2 outlets? Possibly. So I need to make some T-joints as well. Do about 4 per side. 4 plugs per side, I mean. Don't mind this being at an angle, it's fine. It's something with how Blender makes textures, I believe, and it's not that important. And I want to bevel this edge. No. God damn it, fuck it. That's why wireframe is kind of rough, because you click on everything but the thing you want to click on. Shucks. That's fine. It'll do. And that's out and that's in. Or the other way around. Doesn't matter. Just so I don't have in and out next to one another, because hot cooling running next to cold coolant kinda defeats the purpose. And now I did model a T-joint already. Yeah, I did. But that's kind of a fugly one, and I want a better one. 90 degrees SE. Mirror on the X. Nope. Y, Z, Z because I rotated it. E. Right around there. And then right around there. And then size it down. And then bring it in. Cursor diagonal, copy paste, rotate. 0, mirror off. And then that add modifier. Boolean. This object is called fuck, and then boolean, boolean with fuck 001 and union and add, and I should have an edge here now. I do. Okay. And as for this, no. Where the fuck did you create an edge here? Where this is? I'm so confused. Alt and M. Okay, time for the moment of... That's exactly what I want to do, yeah. Moment of truth, whether or not I can bevel these edges. I can. me? Oh. There we go, we have a better T-joint now. This is the parts bin. This is where I just take the shit I know I'll need later, or I need for reference. Also, I love how these videos have turned into a kind of daily vlog. It's really fun. Okay, now we're about to really enjoy life, and by that I mean I'm gonna fucking hate everything. Where are my headphones? I just need some music in the background while I work. Actually, no, headphones uncomfortable. I forgot. You cannot really talk when wearing headphones. I can't specifically. I don't know. You might be able to. So yeah, music break, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, I have modeled the engine in and out on one side. I'll modify the other side if I'll have to, if not, just mirror it there. Now I gotta connect those together and then connect them into where they're supposed to go. So yeah, more work. Editor me again. I forgot to mute the audio in this clip, and then I edited the rest of the video, and now changing this to a time lapse, as I did the later clips, would require me re-editing or at least swapping everything else, and I already have markers set in place, so I'm absolutely not doing that. You can go and skip ahead a minute to avoid looking at 2 minutes of actual modeling. Imagine, as if that's what you were here for. Ridiculous. Yeah, I fucked up, but that's kind of expected given I edited this for about 8 hours in a day, which isn't healthy, you know. think that's that. That's coolant to engine. And that's one whole side of the engine. Completed. Of the coolant of the engine completed, my bad. The engine itself is probably still not done. It's looking messier and messier, and messy means good, because you can't see what's good, what's wrong and what isn't when there's a mess. VIP 17. Create backups, people, create backups. This is the first time in a while that I've heard the fans in my PC kick up. Damn. Phone shut off. The SD card is full. I think that'll be it. See you around, my dudes. It is the 13th of January 2022, 13:57 according to my watch, 13:56 according to my PC. I trust my watch. I've done more work, but I don't have my to-do list with me, so I'm gonna kind of wing it. I've made the steering system. These are not perfect, they kind of clip. I might rework them in the future, might not, no idea. It's hydraulic, but with a pump that is electric instead of connected to the engine. I've also decreased the size of the water pump, and then need to connect the power steering reservoir to the power steering system. I've yet to do that. I've also reworked the suspension again. Yeah, these joints are no different, to be more accurate to real life. I've made the gas tank mounts, changed the gas reservoir. Yeah, we can move that to that layer. Oh, did I ever talk about the taillights and headlights? I think I did, no idea. I made those, and I'm happy with them. Yeah. Alright, I've also reworked the exhaust. There was some clipping before, and now that issue is solved with a more quality exhaust system. I think that's about it from what I've done. I don't know what I have to do now, because again, I don't have my to-do list here. It's in my car. I kind of left it in there. Oh, fine. Let's connect the power steering fluid reservoir to the power steering system. I mean, I have to do it sometime. I might as well do it today, right? We're gonna need 2 of these, I think. Yeah, no, just 1. I can't remember off the top of my head. No, just 1. Yeah. Oh, the pump is completely improvised, by the way. Yeah. 100% no idea how that would function IRL. And it's fine. Okay, let's make the mounts for that. How much time do I have left? 40, about 45 minutes. Also, sorry, my nose is stuffy. I have a cold. That's not the thing I wanted to address. I'm gonna forget that I want to address this, and then I'm gonna be like, oh right, a month ago I wanted to say something. What I wanted to say. Pause everything I think. I have been on Accutane in America for the past 5 months or so. I think you can tell the difference. So if you've been wondering like, damn, his acne really got that much better in one video, yeah, it's because one video takes a fucking decade to make, and it did get better. I am happy with it. So no complications really, besides the obvious. My lips being fucking glossy all the time because I use a lot of fucking lip balm, because my lips are dry as shit. I was going to make the fucking reservoir mounts, and then I got entirely distracted, and that's why I made that circle, and then I deleted it because I was wondering why the fuck is there a circle here. I'm actually really proud of it with how it turned out. I also made this watch box. Hold on. Spoiler alert or not? Not probably, because that birthday is in 9 days, and I've a lot more work than 9 days left. So this is a tiny little leather wrapped platter, I guess, watch box that you open up to reveal a 1960s Ruchla, I guess I know German, and yeah, sewing this was a pain in the fucking ass. Making it, the box itself, not so much. That was the easy part, because I've done woodworking before and I know how to make the shapes I want. And also because of how thick and no, I said just thick. That is appropriate. Because of how thick the box is, right? It isolates the sound perfectly. Which, if you're a watch person and you own mechanical watches, like I do, so I have this mechanical watch and an Omicron and a Doxa and a fucking Ruchla here and a Pobieda and whatnot. When I regulated those watches, I took a day off to regulate them, right? A day off, it takes a couple hours. And I had to wind them all up, right? And I had a solid fucking night of every single watch ticking. And that takes a fucking toll on your sanity, let me tell you. Having gotten completely off topic, I have no idea what I was doing. I made the mounts for that. I'm gonna have to cross it off eventually. I don't know when. And throttle cable is that fucking thick, really? Why? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? I can't see the excuse me. Hope you don't mind the ASMR, but I can't see my fucking toolbar on the left of my monitor because my phone is in the way. Says Curve Radios, I think this might work. I hope it does work. Damn, I'm a fucking genius. I was born this smart, and I'm sorry to everyone who wasn't, but I cannot help you. It is just the way I am. I actually discovered that on accident. I was like, this could have saved me a fucking decade. Oh, I have written down here from January 9th, 6 p.m. I wrote this down thinking I have to mention this in the next one because I was modeling in my off time, and the note is kinda unhappy up until the bit holy fuck I'm in love. Okay. Because I was, and I'm gonna say this, I was quite unhappy with the design at some point, and for a long time I was thinking I would have to change the entire body because I didn't think it was coming together also well. Then I made the headlights, and I designed the headlights and taillights, and it all clicked for me so fucking nicely. Like, I think it works again, and that's such a satisfying feeling when you've been working on something like this for such a long time. Falling out of love with it sucks ass, and yeah, I have addressed this curve a bit and that curve a bit through the design, but it stayed mostly true to the original sketches, which is actually surprising. Yeah, what if God was one of us? Just a swamp like one of us. It is the 19th of January 2022. I didn't say goodbye last time I recorded. Sorry about that. Kinda forgot. I did model some more shit without recording. Not entirely sure what it was. Doesn't matter. Today, I'm gonna drop my pens. Today, I'm going to make the wheels because I want to wrap this project up. It is mid-January, and I kind of want to be done with it. So I'm gonna do a lot of things in my off time, but I want to do like the major things such as the wheels on video, and I think that's the only major thing left. Gauges are nothing special, except they're gonna say benzina and oleo instead of gas and fucking fuel. Gas and fuel, yeah, no, great job there. But this is part of the tire, right? This is one side of it, and I have to fit a wheel in there, which is gonna be interesting, especially because I do want to follow some Alfa Romeo design cues. Again, let's rotate this 90. Nope, wrong 90. That's not 90, that's 90. And yeah, let's just see what we come up with, and then I'm going to refine the shape and do other stuff. I might be dying. Googling it, first thing I see this one. I like this one a lot. 147 GT 156 Bolide GTV wheels. Same as I know Alfa Romeo is all about circles, and I big push when it comes to wheels. They are consistent in that. This is a 5-spoke, but with kind of hidden 5-spoke design and more prominent three hole thing, more holes, just circles all around. I don't want it to be a dish wheel like it is with my 2021 model or Bolide. If you're wondering why I'm so fucking hyper today, it's because, for one, I'm making more painting frames, so there should be a third painting right there, not soon. Another reason is that we don't have school tomorrow, or we do, but online, because COVID, hey, bug, and I'm gonna save on gas, so that's always nice. I also kind of like those two that I downloaded, so let me open up that desktop, and that is -57, pardon. Okay, but it's never exactly like a proper circle, is it? It's just ever so slightly like fucked up. It doesn't have to be a perfect recreation of an Alfa Romeo wheel. It has to be a circular shape. That's what I'm kind of getting at. That's going to be the inside one, and the other one is the outside one. And okay, we're now gonna start making some dumbassery happen for the sole reason of I can. That's not it. This is trial and error for you. So I've been at it for about 20 minutes and I've come up with nothing. That's how modeling usually goes. So I might end up modeling this off camera as well. Well, like at least I'm trying, I guess. You know, you gotta commend the effort. I have an idea, and I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but let's see. Let's see, worth a shot. I have come up with something I generally like. Still kinks to be worked out. But I think this is a nice shape. Even the flower in the middle. Kinda nice. Yeah. Kim Carnes, Betty Davis Eyes. Beautiful song. They're singing Deck the Halls, but it's not like Christmas at all. I know it's time and she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. You know what? I think that's it. I'm quite happy with it. And I think it fits the Bolide theme quite nicely. Not being too heavy nor too light. I think it's nice, sleek, modern, and it works. So gonna have to do a bit more finishing. Add the centerpiece with the logo and the lug nuts and maybe some colors. I don't know. That's gonna be it for today. See you around. Welcome, my dudes, to the final day of the modeling stage. It is the 18th of February, holy shit, and I'm done with modeling for the most part. I have done pretty much everything off camera, and I want to talk you through it. I want to show you around. So the entire front suspension has been remodeled, I believe, since you saw it last time. Front brakes, rear suspension updated. This is the brake reservoir and the brake system, not the reservoir. I don't think I modeled the reservoir, and that's something I want to get into. There was supposed to be a brake pump and a brake booster here, but I didn't do that. Handbrake has been added, some chassis support for it. All the brake calipers say Alfa Romeo, by the way, except this one is mirrored because I cannot be bothered to like play around with the rotations and mirroring. I do not care. Fuck off. Tubes have been added, or hoses, from everything, and the eagle-eyed among you, as Matt Long would say, might notice, or Scott Manley, I don't know who coined that phrase. The whole front is a bit more stubbier. Is stubbier a word? I don't know. It's a bit shorter, and that's for one specific reason. If you look at the side profile of the body, and I guess with the chassis, you'll notice it's shorter than the original, because I did not like the overhang that the original had. So I had to move everything back, modify the chassis, modify the aerodynamics, modify the headlights, modified the hood, modify fucking everything, but it's fine. It's remodeled. It's honestly, I think, better proportioned, and I prefer it this way. I think it's one of the things that have been bothering me, thinking like, oh, this design lacks something, it's not quite there yet, and I think that was it. So I'm a lot happier with it now. I'm not entirely sure if I've done any more body work or chassis work. The whole steering system is done, the steering pump, the steering servo, and the steering hoses, all of that is finished. The steering column, oh, I'm not gonna touch that. Done is better than perfect. That is the phrase that I'm going to use from now on, because I have spent so long on this project that yes, on one hand it makes sense perfecting it, but on the other hand, I could perfect this for like a year, and I would get every detail more accurate, and everything would be a bit nicer and a bit nicer, but no one will notice. And I want to move on to other projects because I want to start other things in Blender even. So this is where I'm gonna wrap it up, and it's alright. Like, this is floating, I'm still gonna add a screw to this or something. Again, you're not going to notice because you cannot even see that part. You can see it if you look from the grill at this specific angle, or this specific, no, you cannot see it at all. It does not matter, it genuinely doesn't matter. But now that I do have the chassis here, or the body here, why am I confusing those two? I want to show you around the interior. So I was originally designing, I don't know if I can find it, I sketched some interior pics in my notebook, and I put gauges on the left and switches on the right, only to later discover that original Alfa Romeo Bolides had gauges on the left and switches on the right, like two big gauges on the left, the RPM gauge and the speedometer, obviously. So that's here. I also have, I believe this is oil and temperature, hold on. Oil and temperature, oil and gas. So let me see. Oh right, ambient occlusion. So yeah, this is empty full and obviously this. I love the way I designed these gauges. I really do. I would use material, but material doesn't show glass. So you have the gauges, the gauge needles, and they have a little hole in them so you can see the numbers through. I put black on white for contrast so you can see it easier when you're out on the track. And the fuel gauge is in the middle because I know most cars reset like or go to zero when you turn them off. My car doesn't, so I just, that's a little bit of the artist in the art, right? So goes up to 260, I don't know, and 7,000 RPM. 7,000 RPM maximum because it's a V10 or a V12, whatever I put in, and such a big engine can rarely go to such high RPMs. Up here are, hey, you can see them like this. I put warning lights here, so, or warning lights or just dashboard lights. So you have ABS, you have battery, you have low beams and high beams, and on the right, no, in the middle, you have a shift light, I guess. I didn't model it in, but it's a shift light. So I also redid the shifter. I don't know if I mentioned that. I added a H pattern on top, so it's a 6-speed with a reverse and a handbrake, which isn't connected to anything, but it's there for looks. The tail lights are sort of reminiscent of the 4C and 8C with this shape right here. So that is a circle like we see on those cars, and the traditional, I guess. But I made those turn signals, I believe. Yeah, those are turn signals. And there are no front turn signals. I might add those onto, nope, that's not that. That's not it either. Fuck. Onto the aerodynamics. These are the aerodynamics, and they are actually white because this is something I toyed around with. I'm going to turn out this. This is something I toyed around with the F40 model, of making the aerodynamics or the side skirts and the details basically white instead of the usual black, because it adds a nice contrast. I don't think I've ever seen it IRL on a real car, so I thought it was a cool detail and it makes it look pretty nice. So, and I might add the turn signals, as I said, somewhere on the edges here. That was the original intent. Yeah, this is the final aerodynamics view. Oh, I did mount the tail lights, right? They just weren't on that layer. There's a little mesh, same as on front, in the front, I guess, and filters that. I don't know. All of these looks are really cool. Like, I love seeing just the aerodynamics or just the body. Hold on, it's holding, or just the chassis. Right, like seeing the comparison between all those, and then the layers get stacking on top. The wheels, I redid the wheels. The wheels are now a bit simpler because they were holding in for like a year straight. So they are still circular shapes, but now with little black inserts here and around the center. It makes them look a little bit wider, and I think the whole wheel looks a bit more reminiscent of a Bolide with its perceived lightness, I guess, even though it's still a heavy ass wheel. Like, I would assume, I don't know, it's a full piece. The only thing I did fuck up is when modeling it, I made this outside rim I didn't add the material on it, so it assumed wheels number 2, which is black, instead of wheels number 1, which is aluminum. So you now don't have a chrome or aluminum wheel rim, you have a black wheel rim. And I also toyed around with making some materials for this. So tires, this is supposed to be tires 1. I just have duplicates of materials because of the way I modeled and blender crashed. Pog. And along with those, I also made some materials for the brakes, which now have a... My god, why is it running so slowly? What is happening? No, genuinely, what is happening? They have a pattern on them, like a ring, both front and back. And I think that's that, really. Right around 5 million vertices, 4,500,000 faces, and 500 objects. I am fairly proud of it, not gonna lie. The only thing I have to do now is animations and photography, which is just going to be fun. Playing around with it is going to be fun as fuck. Probably super hard on my CPU though, recording that and at the same time trying to play around with ambient occlusion and widening, and all of that is going to suck. We're gonna see though. I can't nail before I get into it. It looks pretty fucking cool. Let me do this. I believe the lighting is now set up for a specific shot. So if I add the lighting layer, yeah, no. Why does it show it in the camera view but not every other view? Oh, it does now. Yeah. A tad bit difficult on my CPU. And I'm playing around with materials from Polygon, of course, and these are all the extras. So I have Alfa Romeo bits or logo bits, and I have some T-splits and some cross splits and some T-splits for the hoses, an extra suspension piece, headlight piece, I believe, yeah, and a headlight glass cover and a grille cover or trim. So you can't see those, of course, those are just extras. Like, this is the extras layer, and you have some drive shafts and hoses. Oh, and plates, because my friend saw me writing, like, next to a sketch I wrote Alfa Romeo Bolide, and he saw that as 30 LID, so the plates are now 30 lead, although they don't really fit anywhere. I'm still trying to find a place for those. Like, they're not going to be in any of the renders, maybe like as an extra, but it of course doesn't fit. Like, a car like this wouldn't have a plate. You're too rich to register a car. You do not care. To the one champ who sat through all of that, I really wish you weren't a figment of my schizophrenia. Anyways, for those who care about the process, this is it. This is how I model. And for those who just want a too long didn't watch, throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks for about 3 hours. Overall, I must say I'm pretty satisfied with the model, so all I have left to do now is make animation, take pictures and all of that. All fairly easy stuff, I guess. But yeah, now I gotta go edit this, and I have acquired Nena Undiband, I guess, flex, so I'm gonna listen to those, enjoy myself a bit, and then get back to editing. It took me 8 hours to condense those 14 hours into 3 hours, roughly 8 to 10 hours of editing. So now I just have to do some more magic, and that will be it. You should be seeing this mid-March. If you're not, I have lied to you. There is nothing you can do about it.